Good morning, everyone. Shilpa here. Welcome to the Zen time with me. Yeah, I'm just trying to figure out if I'm already live. So, if you're catching me live, drop me a hi, hello, tell me where you are joining from. So, we are going to do a very powerful meditation, and especially those who this is for someone who really have tried meditating earlier but they haven't been successful. And then I also get like a lot of questions where people ask, it's very difficult for me to meditate, or I just can't get it. So if you are one of those, please join, because I'm going to talk a lot about meditating the right way, and then why you should meditate, and also how you should meditate. Yeah, thanks for joining, people. Hi, Shivangi. Hi, Priyanka. Hi, Jui. Yeah, so so before we start meditating, it's very important. So let me know, guys, how many of you already meditate or have tried meditating in the past, but you weren't like much into it, and then you still want to try it and understand what it does and how it works. Yeah, so let me know that in the comments. So why you should meditate? And what exactly is meditation? I mean, obviously, everyone knows what is meditation, but what is the real meaning of meditation? And why you should do, or why you should not do, or whatever? I'll just explain it to you in a bit. But I'm just going to wait couple of seconds for people to join in so that we can all do this together. So if you're catching me live, let me know in the comments. So I'm going to start with this one piece of story. I wouldn't say it a story, but this is the book that I really love reading early in the morning, and it's called First in the Morning by Osho. So I'm just gonna quickly read this page because it's very relevant to what we are doing today. So if you're here, you can just take out. So we are. I think I'm going to keep this session short so that I know it's a early morning and everyone would be rushing for work or house chores. So if you're here, we are just going to take 20 minutes or so. So free yourself and join me live. Let's do this together. Okay, so I'm quickly gonna read this, and I really want you to hear what I'm reading, and then I'll tell you the why, and what is it and how it's related to the meditation. Okay, so this verse says, people are constantly living in the discontent about everything. It is a habit. It is not that if they have more money and a better house, or a better wife or husband, or a better son, or a better job, they will be content. But it is not that. People are constantly living in discontent. Okay, whatsoever they have, whatsoever they have, they will remain discontented. Okay, poor. If you're poor, you'll still be discontented. If you're rich, you'll still be discontented. So discontent is the habit of the mind, and mind lives through discontent. It is this intrinsic to mind, and mind can never be content. Once you understand this, a miracle happens. So what this verse is saying is that mind is always going to be discontent, and Not that 24/7, but majority of the time, it is the nature of the mind to be discontent. And once you understand this, that this is the nature of the mind, a miracle happens. Then you can put the mind aside because it is never going to give you contentment. And that is not its nature. So you are asking for the impossible. So if you're asking your mind to be content all the time, you are asking for an impossible. And what cannot happen cannot happen. Okay, so this has been the experience of the whole of the humanity for centuries, and still everybody tries, hoping that he's an exception. Nobody is an exception. Discontent creates misery, and if you understand why you are discontented, and if you don't find any excuses on the outside, and you see that it is the functioning of the mind, then the functioning can be dropped. Okay, and so it is very easy actually, and we'll be discussing that how we can manage the mind and how we can see this discontent and what we can do about it, right? So basically, this says it's the nature of the mind to create things, to think continuously, to chatter all the time, to create all kinds of noises, and as a human, you are born with an intelligence that is beyond your mind. Okay, so have you ever wondered how your breath is happening, or where the thought is coming from, or how your nails are growing, or how the digestion is happening? So all of this, or even how the sun is rising every day. So all of this is the natural intelligence. Okay, the intelligence that has created the whole universe and the multi universes, and you are created by that itself. Okay, and this intelligence itself is taking care of everything. But then what happens now, the mind comes into the picture, and it becomes noisy, and it's chattering all the time. So then what happens, it's like this fog, and it covers everything, and then you don't know what the truth is, what the true nature of your being is. So just like that, mind creates this fog, and then you forget your true essence, your true nature, right? Uh, okay, guys, I would appreciate if you stick to the topic and don't make comments out of it. Yeah. Uh, so mind creates a lot of chaos, and if it's like especially people who overthink and whose minds are super active, it can create a lot of problems. But having said that, mind in itself is not good or bad. Okay, it's just this thoughts that it creates. And having said that, mind is actually very super sophisticated tool, and if you know how to use it right, it can take you to places where you can't even imagine yourself to be. So if you're so the problem only is these negative thoughts, or the thoughts that brings suffering, or the thoughts that bring sorrow, sadness, okay, or the thought that brings discomfort. Otherwise, good thoughts and thoughts can be beautiful. It can bring you a lot of joy. It can create amazing things. So if you know how to use it, and if you know which one to believe it. Yeah. So I can see some of the questions in the comment. Yeah. So someone is asking, I want to know something from your own experience. Of course, all that I'm talking is from my experience, and so someone is saying, I've tried many times but never was able to do it properly. I keep thinking something or the other. Yeah. So stick around and we're going to address that. So what happens is, yeah, I was talking about mind creating good things and bad things, and it's always going to create some or the other things. But it is like, but you are beyond your mind. Okay, like I said before, you are this intelligence, a very powerful intelligence that can, but that is fogged by all these thoughts. So now, through meditation, what happens is you're able to connect to your natural intelligence. You're able to understand your true nature. Okay, and so meditation is nothing but, so a lot of people think I have to meditate, I have to do something about my mind. Okay, so actual the secret, the answer is lies in doing nothing. So meditation is not about becoming something, but it's about unlearning, it's about unbecoming. I don't know if that's a word, but you understand what I'm saying. So first of all, if you have tried meditating a lot of time and it has not worked for you, this time just drop all the expectations that you have from meditation. Also drop all the goals or that you might be have in your mind, or all the ideas about meditation that you have. Okay, so if you're still around with me, uh, yeah, let me know if this is making sense for you, and also if you have any questions you can drop them in the comments. So like I was saying, drop all the expectations, drop all your ideas about meditating, and just drop the word meditation itself. Okay, so meditation is like very simple. I wish I could call it by some other name, but then like we have to use some common word that both of us understand. Okay, so if you're trying to meditate, just drop all the expectations and the goals and drop the word meditation itself. And I absolutely have no expectations at all. And meditation, like I said, it's about unlearning, unbecoming, and just, and most important, it is not about stopping your mind. Okay, it is not about stopping your thoughts. It's not about being super peaceful all the time. Okay, so like I've seen a lot of people, they meditate and then they are back into the same old stories. Okay, where they are super angry, where they are not able to manage their life, or they are not able to achieve simple goals in their life. So the ultimate so ultimately, all of us, what we are trying is, we are trying to have peace of mind. And and then we find different ways to have this peace of mind, and meditation also is one of the way to have that. Okay, so for people who have tried meditating a lot of times and they have not got it, it's time to just ask yourself, okay, if this is not working for me, it's okay, like maybe meditation is not for me, so don't be forceful about it. Okay, so and for people who are really interested in meditating, we'll be doing a short meditation. Yeah, we'll be doing a short meditation in just couple of minutes. So, what I wanted to say, if you're really feeling like it, then only you do it. But if it is not coming naturally to you, you don't have to suffer, like create an additional level of sadness or sorrow or suffering by forcing yourself to meditate. Okay, so yeah. Mm. So, someone is asking how to stop negative thinking and overthinking. Yeah, all of that I'll be addressing in after the meditation. So you, if you have questions, you can keep adding them in the comments. Okay, so like please understand, guys, meditation is not about stopping your thoughts. It's not about stopping negative thoughts. It's not about not thinking. Okay, so what is it about then? Okay, you might ask, like, okay, then what is meditation? Okay, so I want to give this example of a jar. So suppose there's a jar, and this jar is filled with water, and then we add some sparkle to it. So what happens? The sparkle is spread all over the water, and then you can see it's like moving all over, it's like all over the place. And then after some time, the sparkle settles down, and then now you can see the water. Okay, so the same example can be taken with your mind. Okay, so if your mind is all over the place and it's creating enormous amount of stuff which is not even real, okay, then it creates suffering, then it creates uncomfortableness, then it creates things that you don't really want. Okay, so meditation is nothing but working with the intelligence that you already have. Okay, and the most important thing about meditation is not stopping the thought but observing your thought. Okay, now what happens is when you're not trying to forcefully stop something, but you're just observing it, you're allowing things to happen. Okay, so like I read in the book earlier, your mind's true nature is creating thoughts. Okay, and if you are trying to stop something from being its true nature, then you're like, then it's like an upstream battle. You're trying to go against something which is impossible. Okay, so the mind is always going to create things. The only thing, but the best part is that we can manage it, okay, instead of stopping it. So the first important thing, that if you are on a path of meditation, or if you're really interested in meditating, uh, it's important to understand to allow thoughts to come, to accept them and not try to stop them. Okay, now when you say, okay, now I've like started meditating and I've started allowing thoughts, but now I'm feeling uncomfortable and it's taking me to places which is not even true. Okay, so in this case, what you do is, yes, I'm going to show a technique. I'm going to show how to meditate the right way. And before that, I just want to personally share my experience and how I do it, and what, based on the questions that I've received earlier, I'm just trying to solve some questions. Okay, so the important thing is to allow the thoughts, let them come and let them go also. And you become the observer of the thought. So, have you ever wondered where a thought comes from? Okay, the problem happens when you try to identify yourself with the thought. Okay, so instead of saying, I'm angry, you say, I feel angry. Okay, so whatever emotion or thought is a thought, you are not that. Okay, so when you create a separation between you and your thought, you realize that you are not your thought, you're beyond that. You are this natural intelligence that where everything is happening. Another example is this that you can imagine like a wave in the ocean. So whatever thoughts you're getting are like waves, they come and they go, but you are the one who observes that waves, or you are the ocean in which these waves happen. Okay, so you are beyond your thought. Now, yes, guys, I'll shortly answer questions that. Let's begin with this meditation. In this meditation, particularly, this is a meditation where I call this a positive energy meditation, and I'm going to guide you. So if you're joining me live, or even if you're catching a replay, let me know in the comments. But if you're live here with me, make sure that you have 10 minutes free, next 10 minutes free, and let's do this together. So wherever you are, just make sure you're free for next 10 minutes, and your hands are free, your legs are free, and you're not disturbed. Okay, so are you guys ready to start? Okay, let's begin. So wherever you are, close your eyes. And make sure that you are in a comfortable space. And now completely relax your body. So relax your head, release the tension between your eyebrows, release the tension on your face, then your shoulders, your chest, your stomach, your upper and lower back, your legs, your feet, hands. Make sure that it is completely relaxed. And if any part of your body is tensed, it's okay to let it go. It is okay for it to be as it is. And now I want you to drop your identity. So when I say identity, I want you to drop any roles that you play in daily life. If you're a wife, if you're a husband, son, daughter, mother, father, employee, entrepreneur, any roles that you have to play all day long, I just want you to drop them and just sit here as this body. Now begin your focus. Start focusing on your breath. I want you to see how your breath is coming in from your nostrils and the way it is leaving from your nostrils. So just try to focus at the tip of your nose or at the entrance of like where the breath is coming in and going out for next minute. We're just going to take some relaxed breathe in and breathe out, inhalation and exhalation. And I just don't want you to consciously put a lot of pressure, but just I want you to observe the way the air is coming in and going out. So let's do it. If thoughts are coming, let them come. Bring your awareness back to your breath and keep your focus at the entrance of your nostrils. from where the inhalation and exhalation is happening. Now, if you observe when you're breathing in and then when you're breathing out, there's a pause for a split second. So I'm breathing in, and then before I breathe out, there's a pause of like for split second. Okay, so now just start observing that pause. So it happens when you breathe in, and then there's a pause, and then you breathe out. There's a pause before you take your next inhale in. Okay, so now keep your focus on your breath. Inhale, observe the pause. Exhale, observe the pause. And I don't want you to do this, but let the breath happen naturally. And I just want you to be a good observer. If your mind is going here and there, bring it back to your breath, to this present moment where life is happening. Now that you can see the way the breath is happening on its own, the way it's coming in and going out, you can also become aware of the way your stomach is moving in and out while you're inhaling and exhaling. Now let's bring a memory into the awareness. So I want you to think of an incident or a moment or a day or a person that brings you joy in life, that brings you lots of love and peace in your life. So you can bring into your awareness, you can think of that. So we are going to bring this memory or person or incident into our awareness for the next 17 seconds. So let's begin. Now, when you've brought this into your awareness, I want you to completely feel how it makes you feel exactly. What happens And how is your state? And what do you exactly do when it happens? So I want you to completely meet this particular emotion of joy, or if joy is too far fetched for you, you can bring into some person that brings love into your life or brings peace into your life, and just relive that memory. And keep your focus on your breath. And you can bring the memory back again for the next 17 seconds, whatever it is for you. And then bring your focus back to your breath. And particularly at the tip of your nose where the inhalation and exhalation is happening. And this time, I just want you to bring your awareness to your body and just observe the way everything is happening on its own. If your mind is going everywhere, bring it back to your breath. And now try to come back into the present moment. You can move your hands a bit, you can move your legs a bit, just move your body and just try to come back into the present moment. And whenever you're ready, you can open your eyes. Okay, so if you're back, tell me that you're still here in the comments so that I can go ahead and talk more. Or if you're just done, then let me know that as well. So now, what we did here is nothing, but we just went to our true nature, which is silence. So, silence is the fundamental state of our being. And in this silence, everything happens. So you see, just like taking out 5 to 10 minutes in your day and just being with your breath is good enough to start. Okay, so you don't have to be or do any fancy things or go to Himalayas or wear a white robe and tell that you are a yogi and you're a meditator. Nothing, nothing. You can be anywhere, anytime, even if you're just working and your mind is like overstressed and it's creating all kinds of things. Just take that 5 minutes out and just sit with your breath. Okay, and like I said before, embrace your thoughts, accept them, and don't try to get identified with them. Instead, just let them come and let them go. So it's like if you see the clouds and the sky, so your mind is like these clouds which are always changing, but you are the sky that holds these clouds. Okay, so a lot of people were asking you how do I stop this negative thinking? How do I stop the anxiety? How do I stop all these kinds of thoughts that don't help me in any way? So the trick is to just see them when they arise and don't try to get identified with them because you are beyond your thought. Okay, and if you try to be identified with all the kinds of thoughts that your mind is creating, you'll go crazy because none of them are actually true. Okay, so now the advanced part is even the positive or the negative is just a thought. Okay, so when you say some thought as a negative thought, that thought in itself is just a thought. It is you who's labeling it negative, or it is you who's labeling it positive. Of course, although the positive thoughts help us to grow in life, they bring us joy, they bring us love, they bring us peace. But in reality, a thought is just a thought, and you are the one who says it's bad or good or negative or positive, right? So, seeing everything as it is can really help you, and that's the true essence. So everything in the existence is just the way it is, and it's like there's a tree, and what would happen if the leaves would start growing on the tree? Okay, it's just like the same thing. The leaves are your thoughts, and it will keep growing all the time, and you can't like stop it. But the only thing that you can do is to become a very acute observer of your thought. Having said that, those who are not very used to this way of meditating, it could be very difficult to observe all your thoughts. So I'm not saying observe all of it, but at least like you can start somewhere. You can take out 5 to 10 minutes in a day, or the best is when difficult emotions and feelings are rising. So feelings and emotions are nothing. So what happens? First, a thought is created in your brain, and then this repeated thought becomes an emotion and a belief. Sorry, let me correct this. A thought arises and then it makes you feel particular way. So it creates an emotion. So emotion is nothing but it's an energy in the motion. Okay, and when this emotion and feeling is repeated again and again, it becomes a belief. And now this belief becomes a part of your system. And now you think that is how it is and that is the reality. But then if you understand, it's just a thought, and it is just like a cloud passing the sky, and do not get identified with it. So I think I'm all already at 40 minutes. I didn't want it to extend it that much, but then this topic is something that a lot of people can relate to and want to meditate, but they are not able to, or mind is something that a lot of them are frustrated with, so you don't have to be you can be friends with your mind, and you can work with it instead of against it. Yeah. So I'm just quickly going to go through some questions which I feel like answering, and let me see. uh, so someone is asking, through meditation can we heal some bad things that happened in the past? uh, so it would actually, to be honest, if you really are have practiced meditation a lot of times, and you understand how to see the past properly, then you can. But if you are just starting out in this, I would suggest to take an external help who can guide you. So more than meditation, it is called like a healing session where the past is accessed through your mind, through your subconscious mind, and it can be altered. Okay, so the state where you were in the past, it can be altered and it can be changed in your mind. Okay, so I would definitely, so if you know you can do it, you can, but then otherwise, I would suggest you to seek help with someone who knows how to do it. Oh, this is so nice, mind healing, blissful, let peace be with you. How to get rid of anxiety? I already answered that. Technique, I already did. Yeah. Hey Prabhu, what are you saying? Meditation is yoga, means being with yoga, with your man and atma. We have got some enlightened beings here. Yeah, so someone said, like, my mind always keeps thinking about the past or the future. So that is the nature of the mind. It is either in the past or in the future. Okay, and so the best practice for this is to bring back your, try to be more present in the now. And when you see that it is happening, that your mind is always going in the past or in the future, it can always, then it will always create worry and anxiety. Okay, so when this happens, you can actually bring back your awareness, your attention in the now. And the best way to do it is, again, to connect with your breath, or just observe the things that are around you. You can like touch your phone, you can see the sky, or you can like actually smell some essence, just to bring back your senses in this present moment where you're safe and uh, you're not driven by the illusion that your mind creates. All right, guys. So, having said that, I'm gonna end the session. I hope this was useful for you. If you have any other questions, please drop them in the comments, and I'll try to answer them later. And yeah, have a wonderful day ahead. Thank you very much.